So, what the heck do you do in the winter? How do you stay warm when it's 20 degrees out? If it's just cold.
Hey there. So, grab yourself some snacks because we are going to just sit down and talk it out and go over everything that I do to stay warm in the winter when I am riding outside. Let's get to it. Well, thanks so much for being here. I wanted to make this video. I'm just laying here in a pile of stuff to go over everything that I do to stay warm in the winter when I ride. So I do not have an indoor. I wish that I did one day, but for now I'm riding outside in all weather. So in the winter, that can get tricky. So I'm gonna go over everything that I wear, everything that I do, all the things I do to to stay warm. And to preface this, when I'm talking about riding in the winter, I'm really targeting temperatures kind of 20 to 40 degrees, because once you're in the 40s and above, it's probably warm enough that, you're fine. You can just wear whatever you're wearing. Okay, maybe that's a little pushing it, but you can put on a coat, you can put on whatever. It's a big difference once you're 45 and up. Also, if it's 0 degrees out, literally, I'm not gonna ride. That's too cold for me, for the horses. I'm not gonna ride if it's 0 degrees. So I'm just not. But if we're kind of in that 20 to 40, it's cold. It can sometimes be a little miserable, but it is warm enough that I feel okay to ride in that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about cold. Because maybe you're more hardcore and you're out there riding in 0 degrees, but I'm not. That's the day off here. So let's get going. Okay, so we're gonna start with your underlayers and the very base layer, because the key to riding in the winter is layers, layers, layers. So your underlayer, let's start there. Okay, so I have a couple different underlayers that I will use depending on the weather, if I need a little extra or a little less. The most lightweight base layer that I will use that is actually really awesome, your new best friend, are nylons, pantyhose. Do you remember these? They're amazing. They're so cheap. And when you're wearing them underneath your jeans and all your other layers, this has lasted all season. I bought them, in a pack of 2 or 3, and they're fine. They're amazing. And so, I actually learned about this several years ago in this old army training manual about how, I forget if it was World War I or World War II, but one of the things the soldiers would do to stay warm is they would wear pantyhose under their uniforms. And I was like, well, I'm gonna try that. It's amazing. It will change your life. I wear these under everything all the time because they're so lightweight and so thin. These are an opaque, so not see-through pair. They're so lightweight and they're so thin, you can wear them under any outfit. So whether you're riding or you just want to be more comfortable inside. I have worn these under sweatpants before for a little extra warmth lounging on the couch. So this is awesome. It's so lightweight, doesn't change the fit of your clothing, the fit of your boots. This is just a really awesome base layer because it's so flexible. I mean, and who doesn't love an elastic waistband? So seriously, for all different weathers, all different kinds of stuff, get yourself a couple pairs of pantyhose and start layering with them. It's amazing. I think more people need to know about the magic of nylons. So this is one. I have a couple other different ones. These are just a lightweight kind of polyester by 32 degrees. So I do wool a lot actually, but this is a super lightweight underlayer of bottoms and long sleeve top. I got it at Costco as a matching set for probably under 20 bucks. Costco's pretty awesome, by the way, for getting some of these things. So yeah, this is great. Nice long sleeve underlayer. And this, so your underlayer, you do want it to be very form-fitting, because that is going to be what's right next to your skin, and you need to be able to layer other clothes on top of it, and it kind of helps wick away any sweat. So because your different layers do different things. But this is, and I might even wear this over nylons. So kind of just a form-fitting, super trim, long sleeve, top and bottom is really awesome. So the other one that I was going to share is you got to keep your eyes out for these things at different places. This is another one of my favorite underlayers for the top, and I'll just wear this under whatever I'm wearing outside. So this was also a Costco find. So if you have a Costco membership, or you know a mama who does, they have some really great deals on layering, because I love to ride, love to do all that, but I'm also a mom and I love Costco. So this was all wool, and wool is amazing. It's antibacterial. It'll wick away your sweat. It doesn't stink. I love having some wool options because the polyester and synthetic fabrics, like, they get kind of smelly and you have to wash them a lot more frequently. The wool, it's just amazing. You just let it air out and then you can wear it again. And anytime you have to do less laundry is a big win. Okay, so this is awesome as a wool. So wool is a really great option for an underlayer. Again, that real base layer, you want it to be trim fitting next to your body. And so those are kind of my a little bit warmer regular underlayers. If it's really cold, this I got at the Army Surplus store and it's amazing. Okay, so elastic waist. Yeah, and it's a men's. It has the, I don't know, whatever that's called. But elastic waist bottoms, and then this top is a quarter zip. And so this is amazing. And the reason I wanted to share this one is this is my like heavyweight underlayer, because this fabric has the grid fleece. And I'll show you what it looks like inside. A grid fleece. So it looks like that. And the grid fleece is amazing. It really helps keep extra warmth next to your body. And so I really wanted to share the grid fleece so that one of those really, really cold days, you bust out the grid fleece. It's so warm. It's so great. So I don't know if you have an Army Surplus store near you, or if you're just searching on the internet, look for the grid fleece. It's amazing. It's awesome. And I can layer this over like my black or wool, the 32 degrees one from Costco. I might layer this over that, or I might even just wear this by itself, or maybe over a tank top. So this one though is just so warm. It's so amazing. You got to look for grid fleece. It's really great. Okay, so those are the different kind of base layers. And so it might seem like a lot, but honestly, when you're dressing for the cold, there's so many things that affect it. It depends like, are you out there at 7 a.m. when the sun isn't up? Because the same temperature at 7 a.m. can feel so different at 7 a.m. versus noon when the sun is out. So that's the other thing, is that you have to figure out how it feels to you. And it's just, if the sun is out, if the sun is not out, is it raining or is it dry cold? All of these things really do impact how it feels in your body and your experience of the cold. And so having a couple different options for when it feels a little bit warmer and you need a little bit less layering, or when it feels a little colder and you really need the big guns. So I have a couple different underlayers that I will layer, and that's really, you've got to have layers on. Okay, then we'll get to the mid layer. So when it comes to jeans, I'm going to give a quick shout out to, look at these babies. Fleece line jeans. Okay, fleece or flannel line jeans, if you don't have some, you should check them out. So these are just Wrangler fleece line jeans. I'm pretty sure they're unisex. They're honestly not my favorite to ride in, but I really wanted to throw them in here because I know some people do like it, and I do like doing winter chores in these. So Anyway, check them out. Fleece line jeans. My personal favorite, I thought I would love those, but I don't love them quite as much as I'd hoped. What I really like to do is wear my long johns and my base layers, and then I layer over jeans. And so what I'll do is, like, I have a pair of jeans that are maybe like a size or two larger, and then I'll layer on top. And these are jeans by Ranch Dressin', so they're super stretchy, which is amazing. And I just got them a little bit big, and they're just super stretchy, and so I can layer with these no problem. It's totally awesome. So layering over your jeans. The other thing I wanted to talk about for winter jeans is, so these are upside down, but these are a boot cut jean. You'll see that the opening isn't super large, in contrast to a flared jean. So, which, you know, they're cute, right? So this is a flared jean. It's kind of that bell bottom. Okay, here's the comparison. So the front one is the boot cut, and the back one is the flared jean. So in the winter, I really got in my way to wear boot cut jeans. So the reason is that in the winter, a lot of times there's moisture. It could be snow, it can be mud, it can just be junk, because horses are a mess, right? So when I wear the boot cut jeans, they really stack on my boot and they don't drag anywhere. What I've noticed with the flared out jeans is that they're super cute, but I like to wear them when it's dry or in the summer, because when they flare out like that, they end up touching the ground a lot more, and the moisture from the ground, whether it's snow or mud or rain, that moisture gets on my pants and then it just travels up your legs, and that is just miserable experience. So when you're thinking about what pants to wear, I kind of shelve the cute flares until later and wear boot cuts in the winter. So that's on jeans.
So here's what it looks like if I wear more flared jeans in the winter. I don't know if you can see, the wetness goes up several inches. So this is the, whoop, yep, this is the line. All of this is wet. So that's no good. It gets you cold.
Then we'll move on to your tops. Okay, so got a couple different top things here. One of the things that I found most useful is this jacket, surprisingly. This is, I got this at, like, you know, TJ Maxx or something. So this is just a lightweight puffer. I don't even think it's real down. I think it's probably polyester. But this is super awesome because I can layer it with other coats. So being able to layer, again, so when you get to your top layer, this is important. So your base layer, you want it to be form-fitting. It's going to wick sweat away. You need it to be trimmed so you can put other layers on top. As you put on your outer layers, you want those layers to be bigger. In the summer and stuff, you can wear real cute fitted sweaters. In the winter, you need space between your body and the jacket, and that's where warmth goes. So your body creates the warmth, and then your jacket kind of captures the warmth. And if your clothes are too fitted on the outside, you can't create an insulating layer. There'll be no insulating warm air that'll help keep you warm. So you need to make sure that your clothes aren't too tightly fitted if you want to stay warm. So, okay. So the other thing that I love as, again, another layer, as a mid layer, and again, depending on what's clean, what's dirty, what my horse is like snotted on, I'll just kind of grab different things. So this is amazing. This is from LL Bean. It's a fleece line flannel. I love this thing. Love, love, love this thing. It wears like iron. It's so great. Love it. So fleece lined flannel. It's so great. And so I would wear this. This wouldn't be my most outer layer, but I'd wear it on top of a base layer and then have another jacket on the outside. So again, it's got a little bit of space, a little more. It's still fairly fitted, but fleece lined flannel, love it. Okay, I did just pick up on winter clearance because we're moving out of winter. This like minky line one at the feed store, so we'll see how it wears. But you've got to have some kind of layer, or even the ever popular hoodie. Hoodies can be a great mid layer that you just put on as a mid layer with a little bit of space. And then what I'll do is I'll have all of these layers on, and then on top I'll put another coat on. My favorite. Because there's so much ease and space in it, actually, my favorite is this jacket. Oh, you guys can't see it. Okay, this is by, I don't know if it's Burn or Bernie. You know, it's like a Carhartt. So I'll show you guys what that looks like layered. So for example, I'd have on the base layers, I'd put on a hoodie. And then I would layer on this Burn jacket on the top. So you're gonna get bigger, but that's fine. But I have plenty of ease. That's one of the big things, especially for women. We just wanna look cute all the time. But make sure that you have ease in your clothing, because if you're riding, if you're doing stuff, you need to be able to do this. You need to be able to stretch, and your clothing needs to accommodate you. And so this outer jacket too, I have plenty of room. I'm very comfortable having it layered with a base layer and a middle jacket and the outer layer. And I have plenty of space here for that, you know, warm air insulation to help keep my body warm. So that's really key, is you've got to make sure that those outer layers aren't overly close to your body, or you're not going to have that warm insulation. Okay, here's one of my other favorite things. Again, thank you Costco for this little jacket or vest. So this is a little vest I got at Costco a couple years ago, so it's doing pretty well considering all the abuse it takes. I will wear this all the time. So I would wear this underneath my brown Burn or Carhartt jacket, and then and it's again a little bit bigger, so that I can wear this on top of a hoodie or just any other layer. It's big enough that I can layer it, and it keeps your core warm, because you want to keep your core warm. This area, you got to keep your core warm, your hands, your toes, your head, those extremities, you want to keep those warm. So having a vest is a super handy layering tool that I just super highly recommend to be able to layer a vest. Whether I kind of like to layer on top of a hoodie instead of underneath it. I think that that's easier. And then it's still, obviously I can wear it just like this, but it's so handy, and it really helps add targeted warmth in a way that if you have too many layers on your arms, when you're trying to ride, you're like, I can't steer my horse, I'm just stuck like a robot. So having a vest allows you to kind of warm up your core and still maintain flexibility in your arms. Okay, and that is a really good segue to the next thing. Okay, let's talk about, you know, head, hands, and feet. I will totally wear a hat, wear a beanie. I actually do really like my cowboy hat in the winter for keeping moisture off my face. It's super handy. The wide brim is amazing for, like I said, keeping snow and rain off my face. But if I really want to keep my ears warm, I just rock the beanie. Rock the beanie up until you put your helmet on to ride. So beanies are awesome. The other thing that I'm going to just talk about, because I wanted to include it in this video, but I can't find it right now, is if you're riding with a helmet, having a very thin headband, like a fleece lined headband that goes over your ears, will be amazing for helping to keep you warm while you're riding, because those ears will get you. The other thing that I will do is I will use like a skier's balaclava, and it's super thin. And so what it is it's like a fleece lined but smooth on the outside hat sort of, and it covers up all of your face, all of your head. It covers your neck, and you can lift it up so it can cover up over your nose and mouth. And I will wear that under my helmet, and that is amazing at staying warm. But something to help layer over your head, under your helmet, will really help keep you warm. The other thing, wear gloves. And honestly, I've tried so many different pairs this winter because I did a lot of experimenting to stay warm. These are an old pair of, what are these, Raquel's? Yeah, Rockle. So regular riding gloves work. I've used knit gloves that are $1 from, the dollar, the grocery store. Those worked just as well in terms of keeping my hands warm. The other thing that I discovered this winter in my experiments, mittens. Because you don't need to put the reins like between your fingers. You just need to grab them. So I actually really liked the mittens, especially if I was doing an outdoor trail ride. So in the winter, I will try and do some marina work, but I also tried several times to get out and just get on the trail. And especially if I was on the trail, I really liked the mittens. I could still have the grasp that I needed. But again, the thing that I loved about the mittens was there's a little, it's not super form-fitting in the way that gloves are, because these gloves are just a second skin. This is a little bit of space between my hand and the mitten, and it creates that area for an insulating layer of warm air. And so these were really, I really liked the mittens. Really love these. The other thing that I will do, these are the best. Also from Costco for like $13 a box, which is a really good deal. It'll like last all winter. These are hand warmers. Oh my gosh, you've got to just get these and use them, and just every single day. So these are amazing. They're hand warmers. So they come in a little packet if you've never seen these before, or they come in the Costco size box. And all you have to do is you just open this packet. That's it. And the magic happens, and they turn into heaters. And so, yeah, you don't have to shake it. You don't have to cut it. You just open this package. And so I'll show you what they look like. There we go. So here's one. Here's two. They're just these little packets. That's it. It took 2 seconds. And what I like to do is I will just put them in my pockets. I just put them in my pockets like that. And then they just help keep you warm. Or if it's really cold, maybe I'll do that and I'll do another pair in my jacket pockets, just to help. It just really makes a difference. And then these are awesome because these are toe warmers. So they're really like slim fit. And so you just put them on your foot right here, and it's very slim, and they have an adhesive on the back so it sticks onto your foot, and you just stick them on and it helps keep your toes warm. And that makes such a difference, because here we go. I'm sure everybody has something like this, right? It's really thick, it's really puffy. Like, these are actually amazing lounge socks, and I never ride in them because they're so thick that, one, my boots don't fit. Like, I can't get it in there. I even tried getting boots that are like a bigger size, and I don't really like it. I don't actually recommend getting big, thick, bulky socks. I love these for lounging, but for riding, I found it much more effective. I'll put on some nylons, and then I will just wear my regular socks and then put a toe warmer on top. And that combination definitely keeps my feet warm enough and comfortable without making my feet overly bulky. Shout out to my favorite sock brand, Noble Outfitters. They make the best like boot socks. I've tried so many boot socks, and Noble Outfitters, they have different like varieties, but hands down like my favorite boot socks ever. So check those out. Let's see. So we've gone over hands, feet, head, neck. Okay, so this is key. I have a couple different scarves. So this is more of a summer one, really, because it's smaller. But you want to keep your neck warm. So I get a scarf and I wear it. I do have some big, thicker, bulky kind of wool or cotton scarves, but I don't actually like riding in those as much because they're so bulky that it's like I find it restrictive of my movement, and I just don't want that when I'm riding. So my favorites are these ones. They're like a silk. So this is a small, silk scarf, and then where is it? Here it is. This is probably the one I wear most in the winter. It's beautiful. It's just this beautiful silk scarf, and you can wrap it. You can wrap it a couple times around and really get coverage over your neck, like so cozy. But it's also, because it's just this light, thin material, it doesn't impact my movement. I can go left, right, up, down, move the way I need to when I'm riding my horse. And it's keeping my neck warm, which is helping keep my body warm in a way that's not overly bulky or restrictive. So I really love just a nice silk scarf for winter riding and summer riding. But we're talking about the winter. The other one that I want to say, shout out to my sister, thank you for this hand-me-down, is this is more of like a traditional wool scarf. This is from Target. From Target via my sister. But this one is very thin, and so I found myself actually wearing this a lot this winter, and I will just do this and tuck it into my vest. Like so, and move on. And again, so it meets that need of like super lightweight, but covering my neck, and it's very soft. So I like that. So that's what I do to keep my extremities cold. Or, excuse me, that's what I do to keep my extremities warm. The last thing I want to touch on too is everybody, I'm sure you've all got these right? Bib overalls. Everybody needs these. They're so cozy. There's so many days in the winter where it's so cold that even when I'm inside, I just walk around wearing these in the house, like you do to stay warm. Ta-da! But I just wanted to put these on because I did actually try riding in these. And what I found was that if it was really, really cold, it wasn't a bad thing. So I'll try and show these. So these are, the burn overalls. They're like Carhartt overalls, whatever you guys have locally. They're like this. They have a big zipper up the legs. They wear like iron. They're amazing. Insulated bib overalls. So what I found was that when it was really, really cold, this was actually pretty good. It did keep my legs warm. It kept my core warm, and I liked it. The trick was that when I was wearing these, it was so cold and they are a little bulky. So I wasn't going to be doing very advanced maneuvers, and that's a trade-off. So that's definitely something to be aware of. You're not going to be practicing your more refined maneuvers on your horse, but if you're out to enjoy, just maybe a more leisurely trail ride, or keeping at slower speeds, walk or trot, or because there's so much you can do in the winter, even if you're just working in a walk, working on gymnasticizing your horse, refining your communication, riding off your body. So you're not going to be doing super crazy things, but I did find I could get out and ride in these, and so I only did it a few times, but it did work. I did find if I tried to layer the bib overalls with my burn jacket, that was definitely too much. That was one step too far. I was so bulky. I just felt like I couldn't ride at all. Do not recommend that. Yeah. So I've gone over everything, so it might feel like a lot. It kind of is, but I really just wanted to make a fairly comprehensive video of all of the different things I wear in the winter, because I know I I really put some extra effort this last winter into figuring out what I can wear, how to layer effectively, how can I be warm and sort of comfortable when I'm outdoors riding and continue riding and training through the winter in all seasons. So I really hope that this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know, do you do anything, you know, are these things that you already do? Is there something that you learned? Is there something that you're gonna try? And I'm just so glad you're here. Thank you so much for your time, sending you wonderful rides on your horse. So go ahead, hit like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.